Alright, we're testing going through the eCover software. So first of all, the eCover software is set up so that you can make a cover for a book, or you can make a cover for a DVD, or you can make a cover for a box, or like software type box. So first you have to go to the website. So it is ecoverstudio.com. And this is the actual website for the product. And all you have to do is click where it says login. Just click that. And I'm already logged in, so it takes me straight to the software. You'd have to put your username and password in to be able to log in. So here are the choices that you have. You can make an ebook, a software box, a DVD box, a bigger software box, a classic software box, and even something that looks like a credit card. So we'll go ahead and start with the ebook. So I'm going to select that, and that takes me to my configuration screen where you can design your cover. And it gives you the picture of the actual book, and you can actually twist that around. Right now there's nothing on it, so there's nothing to really see, but you can actually twist it around and look at it. So over here we have the area where we can add pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and add a background picture. So I'm just going to click load. I'm going to choose this background picture. And it dumps a picture in there, and you can actually resize this. I'm going to go ahead and resize it, so I'm going to grab the handles and pull up. And that resizes it, and here's the frame around where the front and the back and the spine exist. So I can actually move my picture around by just clicking and dragging it. So I'm just going to drag it like this and put that daisy like right on the front. So this is what our ebook is looking like right now on the front. That's what the spine looks like on the spine of the book, and then on the back. So we've got the front and the back completely covered. Now we can actually add some more things. So I'm going to turn it around and you can see the front again. And I just went to cool text and created some cool text. So I'm just going to grab that picture, so where it says logo image, I'm going to click load. And here's my cool text image. I'm going to open that and put it in there. And I can actually click and drag this, and I can put that on the front so that you can see. You can even make it bigger, drag it a little bit and make it a little bit bigger. So now I've got the front of my book covered up, but there's some actual features you can do as well. There's a text tool, so we can add text, and here's my text box. I'm going to drag this right here, and I guess I'll put it right here, and I can change the text. So I'm going to do it by Shelley Turner. And let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. So I'm going to click the down button, and I'll make it maybe a size 30. And then I'll kind of drag it over so we can not have it on the spine. And the default color is black, but I can change that if I want to. So I can bold it, I can italicize it or underline it. Let's see if we change it to white, what it would look like. So I'm going to change the color to white. And save it. And that, you can't see that very well, so I'm going to go back to black. Alright, so let's say that I wanted to put some lines in there to make it interesting. There's another tab here called masks, and I can click on that and it'll add a mask to the cover. So I'm going to check mark this mask enabled, and you can see there's different ways to put on masks. So I can do this right here, or I can do this one where it does kind of a gradiated. This one right here, definitely don't like that one. This one here, and then there's another screen that has some more masks on it. So different masks just to kind of give your book a little bit of flair. But I actually like this one right here, even though it covers up my words, and I'll show you what I'm going to do in a minute. So the color is black. I'm going to change that, and actually I'm going to keep it black, but I'm going to change the opacity of it to make it a little bit lighter and kind of see-through. And then I can click the title and actually put it in that opaque area so that it's kind of centered in that area. So now we've got the background on, we've got some text on, and I've got my picture of the actual title. I've got some other features I can do over here, some edit tools. Like I've highlighted the eCover CS. I can flip that horizontally. I can flip it vertically. I can rotate it. I can reset it back to what it was before. I can also click this rotate here and I can grab it and rotate it, or I can bring it back. This is good if you want to rotate it and put it on the actual spine. So I could rotate it and put it on the spine right there and make it smaller if I wanted to. But I really like it in the place that I had it, so I'm going to put it back here and bring it back across and straighten it out a little bit more. There we go, that looks good. And look at the cover on the preview picture so I can see how it's looking. And that looks good to me, so let's go ahead and click next. And this is actually what the ebook looks like after we've designed it. So I've got my title, I've got by Shelley Turner. I can rotate this to whatever position I want, showing the front and the back. Also, I can rotate it down a little bit so it looks like it's at an angle. So whatever angle that you rotate this at, it will actually save that angle. So you can actually take a download of it right here, and then download it again like this, and download it again like this. So you just pick where you want it. So I'm going to leave it like this. And right here it says image background color. Right now it's got it as white. And I don't want it white or any other color. I want it see-through so that I can put it on any page and you can see the background behind the book. So I'm going to change the opacity to 0 and then save it. It doesn't look like I've done anything, but what it does is creates a background that is transparent, so you can put it anywhere. There's also a box to show reflection. If I click that, it'll actually show reflection. I'm going to uncheck that because I really don't want the reflection. So if I've got the eCover the way I want it, I just click download and I choose the place that I want to download it to and name it. So I'm going to name it eCover 1. So that's our first one that we've created. Now I'm going to go backwards. I can just go straight back all the way to the very beginning, and I can actually go to the next one's software box, and it has saved my background, it has saved my text image, and it saved my text that I made. So I'm going to click that and drag it up so we can see it, and click that, maybe drag it up a little bit. It's got masked enabled, but I'm going to unmask it. And there we've got a software box that looks like this. Looks pretty good. I like it. I can drag it any position I want to. And I think I'll drag it over here and pull it down a little bit. Great. Now I'm going to keep my image background. It's all the same. It's opaque, 100 or 0% opacity. And I don't want to show reflection, so I can download that. And this is, we'll call this eCover 2. And I'm going to go back again, all the way back. I'm going to do a DVD box. Now this one has the DVD cover, and it's still got everything that we used before, which is great. And it also has a second tab here called the DVD disc. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And you see there's a design for the disc, but it doesn't have a background, so we have to go back to images, and right here where it says disk image, I can actually upload that image again specifically for the disk. Now it's too small to actually fit the disk, so what I'm going to do is just click and drag. I have to change it to scale first, but click and drag it, and now I've got it big enough, and I can kind of drag this over so that my flower gets on there. Great. So now I've got my background on my DVD, and I can click back on cover design and make sure that looks the way I want it. And then I'm just going to go forward and take a look at what it looks like. I love it. Looks great. Again, I keep the background transparent, and I don't put a reflection on it. If I wanted to, I could, but I don't like the reflection. So I'm going to go ahead and download that, and we'll call this eCover 3. And I'm going to go back again. And we're going to do the software box. And on the software box, you can see that my picture is actually just a little bit too little. So I'm going to drag it down, make it bigger. And on this one, the flower doesn't quite show up on the front part of the box. So I'm going to kind of drag it around. And if you'll notice, my by Shelley Turner needs to be moved, and my eCover title needs to be moved. So if I move that around a little bit, now I've actually got everything on my software box, and if I rotate it, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and click next for that one to see what it really looks like. Okay, there's my name, eCover, and if you'll notice, if I turn this around, that flower actually wraps around, which is kind of neat. But I just pick an angle that I want to save it as. That looks good right there. My settings right here are exactly what I want, which is 0% opacity and no reflection, so I'm going to download. And we'll call this eCover 4. Now I'm going to go back and grab the classic box. And this is definitely all covered on the classic box. Looks pretty good. I like the look of it. Maybe move that up a little bit. Fantastic. Everything looks pretty good. I'll click next. And now I've got the smaller box cover. And again, if you rotate it around, you can actually see what it looks like. And get it in the position that you want. That looks good to me. Make sure my opacity is at 0, no reflection. And I'll download it. We'll call this eCover 5. And go back one more time. I've got one more thing I can do, which is the credit card look. This one is very, very easy to do. Let's see if I can drag that a little bit more. Great. So I can put that flower right there. I can hide my name right there. I can grab the cover, put it right there. Awesome, and it looks pretty good, so I'm going to click next to take a look at it. And there's my actual credit card looking thing. I can twist it around again, look at the back, which is pretty cool, and the front. And once I get it at the angle that I want, make sure that the opacity is at 0, make sure there's no reflection, and I download it. And we'll call this eCover 6. Okay, so we've now created 6 different eCovers. Let's take a look at all of them and see what they look like. So there's eCover 1, that's our book. That's our software box, DVD box, big software box, little software box, and credit card. And all those were made with the online service eCover Creative Studios, and it's at eCovercreativestudio.com.